Donald John Trump was born in Queens, New York, on June 14, 1946. He was the fourth child of Fred Trump, a successful real estate developer. Fred Trump specialized in building and operating middle-class housing projects in Brooklyn and Queens. Donald learned the ropes of the real estate business from his father. He observed his father's ambition and drive. Trump attended the New York Military Academy, a private boarding school. He excelled in athletics and was known for his competitive spirit. After graduating high school, Trump enrolled at Fordham University. He later transferred to the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania. Trump graduated from Wharton with a degree in economics in 1968. He immediately joined his father's company, the Trump Organization. Donald was eager to make his mark on the family business. He brought a bold and ambitious approach to real estate development. In the 1970s, Donald Trump focused on Manhattan real estate. He saw an opportunity to revitalize a struggling city. Trump secured a deal to renovate the Commodore Hotel, transforming it into the Grand Hyatt. This project established him as a major player in the New York real estate market. Trump continued to pursue high-profile projects, including Trump Tower on Fifth Avenue. This luxurious skyscraper became synonymous with his name and brand. He expanded into other areas, such as casinos and hotels. Trump Plaza and Trump Taj Mahal in Atlantic City were prime examples of his opulent ventures. Trump's business empire continued to grow throughout the 1980s. He acquired airlines, sports teams, and a variety of other businesses. However, his aggressive expansion led to financial troubles. By the early 1990s, Trump faced significant debt, and several of his businesses filed for bankruptcy. Despite his financial setbacks, Trump remained a prominent figure in American culture. He published several books, including The Art of the Deal, which became a bestseller. Trump cultivated his image as a successful businessman. He understood the power of media and branding. In 2004, Trump became the star of the reality television show The Apprentice. The show featured contestants competing for a job at the Trump Organization. Trump's catchphrase, "You're fired," became instantly recognizable. The Apprentice was a ratings success and further elevated Trump's celebrity status. The show introduced Trump to a wider audience. He became a household name. People were drawn to his charisma and his persona as a self-made billionaire. This popularity laid the groundwork for his future political ambitions. Trump's entry into politics surprised many. He had never held elected office before. However, he tapped into a vein of discontent among a segment of the American population. His campaign message resonated with voters who felt left behind by globalization and economic changes. Trump's campaign slogan, "Make America Great Again," became a rallying cry. He promised to bring back jobs, renegotiate trade deals, and put America first. Trump's rhetoric was often inflammatory and divisive. He targeted immigrants, Muslims, and political opponents. Despite the controversies, Trump's message resonated with a significant portion of the electorate. He won the Republican nomination, defeating established politicians. In the general election, Trump faced Hillary Clinton. He pulled off a stunning upset, winning the presidency despite losing the popular vote. Trump's presidency was marked by a series of controversial policies and actions. He fulfilled campaign promises by appointing conservative judges to the Supreme Court. Trump enacted tax cuts, primarily benefiting corporations and wealthy individuals. He rolled back environmental regulations, arguing they hindered economic growth. Immigration was a central focus of the Trump administration. He implemented a travel ban on citizens from several Muslim-majority countries. Trump pursued a policy of separating migrant children from their parents at the U.S.-Mexico border. His administration attempted to repeal the Affordable Care Act, but was unsuccessful. Trump's domestic policies were praised by his supporters. They saw him as a strong leader who challenged the status quo. However, his critics viewed his policies as harmful and divisive. They argued that his actions benefited the wealthy at the expense of the poor and middle class. Section 6, America First, Trump's foreign policy on the world stage. Trump's foreign policy was guided by his America First philosophy. He withdrew the United States from the Trans-Pacific Partnership Trade Agreement. Trump imposed tariffs on goods from China, sparking a trade war. He met with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un in an attempt to denuclearize the Korean Peninsula. Trump's relationship with traditional U.S. allies was strained. He questioned the value of NATO and criticized European countries for not spending enough on defense. Trump's foreign policy was unpredictable and often driven by personal relationships rather than strategic considerations. His supporters praised his willingness to challenge the established world order. They argued that he put America's interests first. However, his critics argued that his actions damaged America's standing in the world. They believed that his unpredictable behavior alienated allies and emboldened adversaries. Section 7. Storms and Controversies, Impeachment and the Pandemic. This chapter delves into the turbulent times during Trump's presidency, marked by significant political and health crises. Trump's presidency was plagued by constant controversy and scandal, creating a highly charged political atmosphere. He faced accusations of obstruction of justice related to the investigation into Russian interference in the 2016 election, led by special counsel Robert Mueller. Trump became the third U.S. president to be impeached by the House of Representatives, a historic and contentious moment. However, he was acquitted by the Senate, allowing him to remain in office despite the charges. In early 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic swept the globe, bringing unprecedented challenges and changes to daily life. The Trump administration's response to the pandemic was widely criticized for its perceived lack of urgency and coordination. Trump downplayed the severity of the virus, often contradicting health experts and scientific data. He promoted unproven treatments like hydroxychloroquine and clashed with public health experts, including Dr. Anthony Fauci. The pandemic had a devastating impact on the U.S. economy, leading to widespread business closures and unemployment. Trump's handling of the pandemic further polarized the country, deepening existing political and social divides. His supporters defended his actions, arguing that he was doing the best he could in a difficult situation given the unprecedented nature of the crisis. However, his critics accused him of incompetence and negligence, believing that his mismanagement exacerbated the crisis. They believed that his actions cost lives and prolonged the pandemic, putting immense strain on the healthcare system and its workers. Section 8. A Nation Divided. The Aftermath of the Trump Presidency. In the 2020 presidential election, Trump faced former Vice President Joe Biden in a highly contentious race. The election was held amidst a backdrop of the ongoing pandemic and social unrest, which added to the tension and uncertainty. Biden defeated Trump, winning both the popular vote and the Electoral College, securing a decisive victory. However, Trump refused to concede the election, creating a political firestorm. Trump made unsubstantiated claims of widespread voter fraud, which fueled anger and division among his supporters. His supporters stormed the U.S. Capitol building on January 6, 2021, in an attempt to prevent the certification of Biden's victory, leading to chaos and violence. The attack on the Capitol shocked the nation and the world, highlighting the fragility of democratic institutions. It was a stark illustration of the deep divisions within American society, which had been simmering for years. Trump left office with historically low approval ratings, marking the end of a tumultuous presidency. He remained a polarizing figure, with a loyal base of supporters and a large group of detractors. His supporters continued to view him as a strong leader who fought for their interests and challenged the status quo. However, his critics saw him as a threat to American democracy, believing his actions were dangerous. They believed that his actions eroded democratic norms and institutions, causing lasting damage to the political landscape. Section 9. The Trump Legacy and Enduring Impact on American Politics. Donald Trump's presidency had a profound and lasting impact on American politics, altering the landscape in ways that are still being felt today. He reshaped the Republican Party in his image, steering it towards a more populist and nationalist direction. Trump's brand of populism, nationalism, and cultural grievance resonated deeply with a significant segment of the electorate, creating a fervent and loyal base. He energized a base of support that remained loyal even after he left office, a testament to his enduring influence. Trump's presidency also exposed and perhaps even deepened the already existing deep divisions within American society. His rhetoric and policies exacerbated existing tensions over race, immigration, and culture, leading to widespread debates and protests. The country became more polarized during his time in office, with political and social divides becoming more pronounced. The long-term consequences of his presidency are still unfolding, and it remains to be seen how they will shape the future. Trump's legacy will continue to be debated for years to come, with scholars and analysts examining his impact from various perspectives. His supporters will remember him as a successful businessman and a political outsider who challenged the Washington establishment and brought a new approach to governance. His critics will remember him as a demagogue who divided the country and undermined democratic institutions, raising concerns about the future of American democracy. Only time will tell how history will ultimately judge the 45th President of the United States, as future historians continue to reflect on his complex and controversial legacy.